Again, no Pear Deck today. Just put your answer in the chat box once you have it.
Hi, Miss.
Hello. Always Ron Perlman, Ernie. Always Ron Perlman. That's the 2004 version, right? The old one, not the new one. The new one is trash. I tried so hard to like it, and I couldn't. Come on, y'all. What does this paragraph reveal about Squealer? A, he blames himself for Snowball's exile. B, he thinks Snowball never gave the farm the opportunity to be successful. C, he's too willing to help carry out schemes even if they hurt others, or he is unwilling to share the truth with other animals. Where are y'all today? There we go. Thank you, Autumn. Break the ice. Thank you, Ernie. We'll get 2 more responses. Thank you, Dante. Then we'll move. Thank you, Angel. 1 more. Awesome. All of those are correct. The answer is C. He's willing to help carry out schemes, okay? Although we may think like he's unwilling to share the truth because he is being shady, he's not like hiding the fact that he's being shady. He was like, yeah, we tricked y'all. Tactics, comrades, and he's like laughing about it. So he's very willing to go along with these schemes. All right, y'all, next one here. Go ahead, read the paragraph, and answer the question. Good, thank you, Ernie. Let's get 4 more, then we'll move on here. Thank you, Violetta. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you, Autumn. Ooh, this one we got some divided answers. We got an A and a D. The correct answer is C. D, whoa, and B. The part where it's boxer speaking is that quote at the end, but it also makes a comment about him, had time to think things over. So that shows you the had time to think things over, shows you that he had to think about it. He wasn't 100% sure, right? Versus D shows that he did finally come to an agreement. B is just about all of the animals on the farm, and A, again, is the thing that they all understand. But that little excerpt where it says he had time to think things over shows you that he had to think about it, which means that he was hesitating, not entirely sure. So C is the answer. All right, next one here. Thank you, Ernie. Let's get 4 more, then we'll move on. Thank you, Celeste. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Autumn. One more. Awesome. The correct answer is B. Yep, they're scared of him. They're entirely scared of him. We can tell this by the ending statement where it says, but suddenly the dogs sitting around Napoleon let out growls, and then the pigs were silent. So once they heard the dogs growl, they were like, okay, we actually don't care. That's okay. So yeah, good job, y'all. Okay. We are going to talk about evidence and analysis. I'm just going to talk here and show you some slides and some examples, and then you guys are going to start typing today, okay? It is a prompt that you saw last week, but you are going to start putting together body paragraphs and getting feedback from me. It will be on Microsoft Word, which is why we don't have a Pear Deck today, because I don't want you guys to have to sign in or be on 2 different programs. Okay, evidence. I think a lot of times you guys get tripped up on this, because when you just write in a paragraph and you don't have a graphic organizer, like you don't have a table, my glasses are fogging like crazy today. You don't have a table, it just flows. This is just like natural. But when we put it in a table, you get like taken aback. Evidence, what I put the picture here, is just the tip of the iceberg. It is just you introducing the specific example that you're going to talk about. So it's just the tip. You're just saying, okay, this is the movie, this is the experience, this is the robotics club I'm going to talk about, like that example from last time, and then you go into the details later. So this is just the tip of the iceberg where you're starting to show what you're going to use as your argument. It only really needs to be 1 sentence long. Again, I think this comes easier to you guys when you don't have the box. You just like start your sentence naturally. When I put the boxes there, you tend to freak out, but I'll show you an example of why I mean it's only 1 sentence. It's only 1 sentence because the most lines of your paragraph is the analysis. That is the meat and potatoes. That is all the details about your specific example. That's where you talk about the specific thing the character did in the movie to show the point that you're trying to prove in your thesis. Or like last week, for example, we talked about the robotics club. Well, that's where the kids talked about all of the challenges in his robotics club. We didn't have a teacher. We didn't have parts coming in. We didn't have funding. And those were all the challenges that they faced. And those were the details. And that was the majority of the paragraph. So this should be the majority of your paragraph, right? Your topic sentence, your conclusion sentence are just a sentence. They're just the bread. Then you have your evidence. It just introduces your analysis. Your analysis is the biggest chunk, okay? All right, so here's an example. This is from one of the prompts. This isn't going to be your prompt for today. This is from one of the prompts that we practiced with last week. Write an essay stating if it would be a blessing or a curse if someone discovered a formula that would enable us to live forever. Thesis, it would be a curse if humans were able to live forever. That's my claim. Okay, I'm answering the question using some of the same language. Due to or because an inevitable increase in human conflict. That's reason 1, underlined. And limited natural resources available. That's reason 2, underlined. Notice that reason 1 and reason 2 are only 4 words each. They're just phrases. Your reasons, your thesis should be very short because your topic sentence is where you make a full sentence about those reasons. Your reasons should not be a full sentence because you're going to use up words, you're going to lose your focus, and you can say those things later. You don't want to sound repetitive and you don't want to use things that you can say later. Okay, here's my topic sentence of my first paragraph. If a life-extending elixir were found, there's my transitional phrase. I'm rewording or adding a different phrasing to the if we're able to live forever, right? There would instantly be chaos as people would begin to fight over the elixir. I said it differently than it's on the screen. But anyways, I'm rewording human conflict as chaos. And then I'm explaining why would there be chaos? Because people are going to begin to fight. Okay, so then I expand on what my reason was. I expand on why the conflict's going to happen. And then here's my evidence, just 1 sentence. In today's world, we already see a similar problem with the tension around the COVID-19 vaccine. So COVID-19 vaccine is my evidence. That's what I'm going to talk about. I don't talk about any of the details about what the conflict is yet. I just say, hey, I'm going to talk about the COVID-19 vaccine. That is my example. And now here are the details. This is the analysis. The COVID-19 vaccine, which was just recently introduced, has already caused both economic and societal issues. From the beginning, there was an air of competition about which company could produce the vaccine. Once it was created, panic ensued about how fast it could be distributed and who would it be distributed to first. So then I give details about the conflict. Well, the conflict came from competition, it came from panic about distribution, and it came from decisions about who was going to get the vaccine. So those are all the details that I go into. Conclusion sentence, I have blacked out on your graphic organizer you're going to use today, because we're going to focus on that next week. But here's how I would tie it back to my thesis. Overall, the introduction of a life-extending elixir would no doubt cause more division in our already divided societies. This is about the length that you want your paragraph to be and your thesis. Remember, you have to fit this on 26 lines. It does not need to be any longer than this right here. Okay, this paragraph, I didn't count it, but it's probably about 100 words. You add another paragraph on that, you're already at 200, and you add a little bit for intro and conclusion, you're already about 250, 300, which is hard to fit on a 26-line paper. So you do not need to go any longer than this. So very important that your topic sentence and your evidence stay as one sentence, and that your thesis stays pretty short and clear. Here are some reminders. I mainly put this on here in case you need to scroll through the PowerPoint, like for notes. I'm going to leave this PowerPoint up while you work, so that way if you need to look at these notes, you can. But this is just examples of how to write a thesis, a topic sentence, and then evidences. So these are just on here. I'm not going to read through them. They're just here as notes in case you need them and you get stuck. All right, I'm going to give you the link to your assignment now. Your mission for today, okay? When I posted this assignment, I didn't post any points to it. Like it says there's not a score. It is a score. I'm grading it. Here's how I'm grading it though. I'm taking it for 2 grades, a grade for today and a grade for tomorrow. So I didn't put a point score because I can't put a score for each day, right? So I'm just gonna like do it in my head and on PowerSchool. So you will get a grade for the brainstorming section, which I will show you. And then you will get a grade for the paragraphs tomorrow, the completion of the paragraphs. Your goal today should be to complete the brainstorming portion. That's what I'm going to grade when you guys leave class today, is the brainstorming portion. And then tomorrow I'll grade the paragraphs. But you want to start the paragraphs today because you probably won't be able to finish them both tomorrow. You want to make sure you have enough time. All right, so there is your link to the assignment. For the brainstorming portion, you're probably not going to fill out all of it, but fill out as much as you can of the paragraphs. You don't need to fill in an example for each one. Maybe 2 or 3 would be good. Again, this is just practice. I like you guys to practice coming up with ideas of what to write about. I'll give you a couple minutes to open your assignment. Good, I see Alexandra's already opened it, Dante's opened it, Colin's there, Celeste is there, Violeta's there, Autumn's there, Vivi's there, Ernie's there, Alex is there. All right, y'all, feel free to come off mute or message in the chat box if you have any questions. Remember this PowerPoint here on Teams, you can click through it. If you need to see any of the notes or if you need to see the exemplar, you can click through. It'll change your screen only and nobody else's. I'm going to leave this up here, the directions, just so if somebody enters, they know what you're working on or know what we're doing. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to work on your own, and then I'm going to start showing up in your documents to give feedback. If you're just getting here, the link to the assignment is in the chat box. We went over some notes in the PowerPoint. If you click the PowerPoint on the screen, you can scroll back and forth and only change your slide. Go ahead and open the assignment and let me know if you have any questions. Censorship means like, what's it called? Like restricting the videos and restricting the websites. Like when you open a website here at the school or on your school computer and it says it's blocked, that is a censorship. Any sort of restriction on your internet privileges, like how YouTube blocked my Animal Farm audiobook. Never gonna let that go. But that is censorship. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and start appearing in your Word document. So if you see me, I'm just scrolling through alphabetical order. Do not be alarmed. Go ahead and keep your volume on here so you can hear me talking to you. Good, Angel, I see you typing. Remember, your claim should start with something like censorship is not needed in schools or is needed in schools because blank and blank. So I see you got your claim, Angel. That's good. Oh, very good. Good, Alexandra. Your thesis and your two reasons look good. They're short phrases, they're not full sentences. It's clear, it's to the point. Just go ahead and start brainstorming maybe where you've seen students get off track or a personal experience about when it helped you to stay focused. Ooh, I like that language, Dante. Narrow interpretations of learning. If you're getting stuck on the brainstorming part, I see a lot of you guys have done your claim and your two reasons. I haven't seen anybody yet be on the brainstorming. Remember that you don't have to do all of these, right? Maybe aim for like just 2 ideas, and then you can pick the one that you know the most about. If you don't know any books where you've seen that before, you can move down the line and just try to fill in some of the other boxes. Don't get stuck on the first box. You only need to fill out about 2 of those for each paragraph. I know you guys have read The Book Thief. Wait, not The Book Thief. Is it Book Thief? Fahrenheit 51? Both of them, right? Both are applicable. 1984, also censorship, no? Trying to think of books you guys might have read. The Giver? I don't really remember what the plot of The Giver was. I know it's dystopian. Very good, Conlon. You're claiming your reasons. Just not here. Celeste, be careful. I'd have to see your topic sentences, but be careful that your thesis, that your reasons aren't full sentences. Remember, you want to keep them as phrases. So like censorship is not needed in schools because it limits information access and shields from reality. Remember, what goes in your thesis does not need to be a full sentence yet. What you're writing there in your thesis can be your topic sentences. Ooh, Violetta already has a whole article. Be careful of Violetta, although right now you have access to look up an article. When you write the star, it's all at the top of your head. Current events also applies to like people, celebrities, any sort of news doesn't necessarily have to be like current as in today. Like for example, like if you wanted to talk about, not that this would be a little bit of a stretch, but like figures like Malala or anything like that would also qualify as like news or current events. Good though. Very good reasons, Violet, though. They're concise. Angel, be careful that your reasons are not full sentences. You don't have to delete it. What I would do if I were you is copy that and put that as my topic sentence in body paragraph 1, so that way you already have it written, and then find a different way to say that shorter. So you can say like limits student resources. And then you can copy this down and put this, I'm just doing it for you, and put this in body as your topic sentence. Does that make sense, Angel? You can just type yes or no in your box where your typer is. Cool. Yay! All right, awesome. So then just come up with a second one and let me know if you need help cutting that one shorter too. She's not here today. All right, Amelia, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to Angel. For your thesis, when you write it, you want it to be short. So you can say, because it stops learning. You can say also like stifles or prohibits or limits learning, right? It limits learning. And then this, that is a full sentence, you can make as your topic sentence because you want what's in your thesis to be short. Chris, I'm going to do the same thing I did to Angel and Emilio, to you. For your reasons that go in your thesis statement, you want it to be just a few words. So like these things right here can become topic sentences because they're full sentences. They're good. But you don't want a full sentence in your thesis. So you can move these two things here to your topic sentence areas later on. What you want to put in your reasons is a shortened version. Let me unhighlight this. For example, why did I highlight? Let me, here. There's a shortened version, so you can say, because it limits learning and causes student problems. See, shorter version. And then these two things that you've written, don't delete them. Just move them into your topic sentences of body paragraph in 1 and 2. You can copy and paste them over. Very good, though. Let's see, who am I on? Autumn. Ooh, I like that experience, Autumn. Talking about how you weren't able to search the Holocaust. No worries, Chris. It's needed in school. Good. Autumn, just make sure that when you write your thesis, what's in yellow is what goes in your thesis. And then everything else you can feel free to use as your topic sentences. Okay, don't yell at me, all caps. Just kidding. Too early in the morning for all caps. You're doing great. Try to come up with another example for each one. I've said books. I said books. I said Fahrenheit 51. I don't know why I was going to say The Lightning Thief. That is not relevant. Fahrenheit 451, Book Thief, Good, Vivi. Your second reason's a little bit long, but I think it's still short enough. Just make sure that when you write your topic sentences later that you rephrase the wording. But go ahead and start coming up with examples. Awesome, you're listening. You can think about your own experience too. For this one, own experience will probably be the easiest. Songs and movies might be the hardest. But history and news, there are probably also some good things you can think of. Yeah, so they burned all the books. I think they were like breaking into people's houses and taking their books and burning them, right? Or is it the book thief? I get confused. I didn't read it in high school. I was supposed to, but I didn't. Don't follow my example. Remember, if all else fails, you can think of your own experiences. Ideally for STAR, what we have seen is that if it's all your own experiences, the highest you'll probably get is a 3. But if one paragraph is your own experience and one paragraph is like a book or news or current event, you can probably still get a 4. We have about 15 minutes left in class. 15 minutes, am I right? Yeah, 15 minutes. Remember, your goal is to get through that brainstorming section. So that first section, your goal is to get through that. Remember, you don't have to fill up that entire evidence analysis planning table. Just 2 examples for each paragraph. Josh, I think that these like shortened phrases that I'm about to highlight in yellow here are what you should put in your thesis statement when you type it, so that way it's shorter. And then those longer sentences that you wrote could become topic sentences. Look at you, Celeste. Firefighters. Ernie, I'm trying to load yours. It won't let me. It's like there's too much brilliance on this paper too. Yeah, see, I knew it. Ernie, do you know what I'm going to say? I bet you know what I'm going to say. You need to make your thesis shorter. Well, let me read it. Make sure your thesis, Ernie, is just really clear. Like what I see right now in your thesis box almost seems like an intro. We aren't writing that yet. I just want your thesis. So instead of saying this, I think it could be made a lot clearer if like this word here that I'm going to highlight is this, gets changed to censorship. Because in your thesis, you don't mention anything about censorship. So make sure that you just make it super clear. I'm going to put here in your R1 and R2. I want to leave it to you to do a lot of like the cutting down and making it concise. I don't want to come in and delete your stuff. I'm going to put here in your R1 and R2, like shorter ways you can phrase this. So this is these two things that I'm highlighting here, your R1 and R2 box, are ways I think you can shorten these two phrases for your thesis, and then the full sentences that you wrote could become topic sentences. So that is my suggestion. I'm going to highlight this in blue here, so that way you can remember that this is what I think you should make your topic sentence. Cecilia, your claim is good. I'm just going to delete the yes, and you just start with the we. Ten-minute warning, y'all. Remember, you want to get through that brainstorming portion. You only need 2 examples for each. Alex, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put in your R1. Well, let me read your thesis first because you already have it. Perfect. Yep, you're good. It's brief enough. Remember, your goal for the next 8 minutes is to get 2 examples in each of those paragraph 1 columns. They don't need to be super long. They're just like your ideas, like you're jotting down, this is what I can talk about. For example, I'm looking at Angels right now, and he put down, instead of schoolwork, I went on cool math. And that is like an example of something that he can talk about like distractions. Although I am going to move that to paragraph 2, Angel, for you, because that's where it belongs. All right, Ernie, if you're done, you are good to go. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Sierra, you're here. I put an assignment in the chat box. What I'm grading today is the brainstorming portion of that assignment. If you do it during lunch or something, just let me know so I can grade it. We have 4 minutes left, y'all. Remember, your goal is to just get 2 ideas in each paragraph column for that brainstorming section. It's okay, Sierra. I'm changing the attendance now for homeroom, so that way you're marked present. And this is what we were working on today, just the first portion of it, the brainstorming section. All right, y'all, we have 1 minute left. Do not hit hand in because we are going to continue working on that tomorrow. What I will put a grade in for when you guys leave this class is that first section, the brainstorming section. I'm going to be looking for 2 ideas in each row, and for your thesis to be planned out. That is what you'll be getting graded for. Let me know if you finish that section late, or I'll update the grade tomorrow if you finish it tomorrow during class time also. I will see you guys tomorrow, and have a good day. Bye, Celeste. You too. Bye, Cecilia. Bye, Emilio. Bye, Alexandra. Bye, Angel.